morning and welcome back to our 100% playthrough of the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Recapping the previous episode, we made our escape from Helgen as well as the tutorial cave. We are now following Haldvar all the way back to Riverwood. However, we're going to make a detour on our way there this episode.
Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. And if the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them. We'd better keep moving. I feel like that dragon might be up there watching us right now.
As you can see, speaking with him as we escape gives us the side quest now to join the Legion. And I recommend getting the Civil War quest out of the way sooner than later, just so it's not a constant side story when you're trying to play the game. So we will definitely tackle that as soon as we can. On our way to a destination, we want to grab any of the plants and flowers that we see along the path. Also, if you look off in the distance right there, is going to be our first...
We should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you.
Yes, you
if
just
the
said
rebels
that.
have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
And you'll see our first major dungeon right over on the horizon. That's going to be Bleak Falls Barrow, straight ahead. So we want to follow the path, which forks right here, continuing south, grabbing everything along the way, and you'll see there's a marker coming up at the top of the screen. You'll see our compass.
Bleak Falls Barrow. When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares. Draugr creeping down the mountain to climb through my window at night. That kind of thing. I admit, I still don't much like the look of it.
Not sure I've ever seen them escape that far from Bleak Falls Barrow, but foreshadowing. You'll see on our top menu, which acts as the compass, that we are just about on top of another location. That is going to be just here to the west of the path. Right down there. And here you will get your first set of standing stones to choose from. So with the Guardian Stones, we have the option of...
These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead, see for yourself.
Thanks, Hadvar. So we have the Thief Stone, which helps you learn all stealth skills 20% faster. We have the Mage Stone, learning all magic skills 20% faster. And we have the Warrior Stone, all combat skills 20% faster. Normally, in most playthroughs I have been a stealth archer. However, my goal with this playthrough is to primarily focus on magic, so we will take the Mage Stone for this run.
Mage, eh? Well, to each his own. It's not for me to judge.
Absolutely. So we continue on the path toward our destination. However, you'll see there's another marker scrolling off to the right. And if you look closely, there's an unofficial path right here.
As far as I'm concerned, you've already heard from home. But until we get
Embershard Mine. The music sounded a bit ominous, so let's proceed with caution. And saying the location is right about here. You notice this guy doesn't look too friendly as he's slapping his weapon at us. So let's get ourselves some high ground. And take care of the weapon slapper. Post haste. Good fight, sir. Take all the goodies. More plants. At this point, to help lighten the load a tiny bit, to be able to properly use the ingredients for alchemy, you'll notice all of them are listed as unknown effects right now. You'll just want to eat one of everything, so you at least have their basic abilities understood. So go through everything it says unknown, eat it, and then you'll be able to see now the base effect of each item. And let's proceed. Embershard Mine. We are level 1, about to turn level 2. Now, if you're playing Survivor mode, the torches are incredibly useful as they can help ward off the cold effect. For this run, we're not going to worry about that, just due to the limitations of fast travel. Now we have mushrooms we can grab.
Are you worried someone will wander in here?
And someone talking, let's sneak.
This again? I told you, we have someone standing guard out there. And don't forget the rock trap we rigged up. So, stop your worrying and get some rest. Your shift is coming up and I don't want you dozing off again like last time.
Like the rock trap that didn't go off. And then we take one. That'll teach you to sleep on the job. And increase our one armed. That'll give us a level up. And as soon as we get our level ups, we want to throw everything at magic. Magic truly needs all of your investment to be effective. So we want to constantly be building it in the background. Right now we don't have the abilities for expanding destruction yet, so we'll stick with novice. Nothing in the cooking pot, mushrooms, and one of the most important items people overlook, the pickaxe. And now we are finally overweight. Anything that does not sell for a good amount, just go ahead and dump. So 50, 35. That is the best one-handed we have. So we'll switch over to that, but we only need one. Meaning we can toss all the other one-handeds. Typically your two-handed weapons are usually the heaviest thing in your inventory, aside from armor. These only sell for 1 and 5. They can all go. And now we got plenty of carry weight. If you are playing survival mode, there's a good place to rest while you're in here to fight off fatigue. And we can't proceed because the bridge is up. Did we get any arrows? Just one. It's not too helpful. They had me working down here for days now. It's not the time that's getting to me, though. It's these tunnels. I've told them countless times now to add extra supports to the weak sections of tunnel. If only we had more of those wooden beams that would be reinforced with bronze bottoms. Honestly, if I hear the earth shift one more time above my head, I'll be so stressed I may stop drinking for good. I mean, what's a Nord without his mead? Obviously, I won't read every book that we come across, but the important quest ones and side quest ones I will. In this case, he was worried about not having enough supports for the roof, and it caved in on him. So he was absolutely right to worry. Moving around the corner is going to be our lever for the drawbridge. However, that attracts some attention.
Did. Keep your eyes peeled. I think we're alone. Huh?
I'm definitely not used to playing a character with such bad sneak, but that is perfectly fine. We shall handle the problem.
Victory!
Always good to handle the weapons you don't feel as comfortable with early on in the game before the enemies get too difficult to deal with. So take the items and proceed on. One thing we want to be looking out for as we go around, now that we have a pickaxe, is any mining deposits on the walls or on the floor. That'll help us get material for smithing. That's me! Hi. Smush. And notice we got a key there, which will help us bypass any lockpicking we need to do. So this opens to their bathroom bucket. Ew. And here is one of the deposits we were talking about. So now that we have a pickaxe, we can get some iron. And if I remember correctly, it takes 2 iron ore to get 1. And also, if you don't want to wait for the animation, you can equip the pickaxe and just attack it like normal. Sounds like someone's already smithing right up ahead. Smush. Go ahead and take all the iron and see if there is anything we can upgrade. Can't use. Apparently we are in combat. I did not know we were. This is a skill book. They just automatically give you +1 to any skill. The way you can usually tell, which this one seems to be flipped over I think, is they will have the symbol of the skill on the cover. And I don't see that this one does, which is very unusual. But normally it will have the same symbol that is shown here on the cover of the book. That way you'll know it's a skill book and not a regular one.
Are you prepared to die?
Not yet.
Bad time to get lost, friend.
Fishing supplies. Do we have the rod? This is a newer mechanic that was added for the anniversary edition, if I remember correctly. Though it has more use in survival mode.
I'll kill you if I have to.
health crisis. And there should be just one more enemy, I believe. So let's drop both maces. One of the war axes. And now we can move again.
You won't get the best of me.
Ah, that's where it is. You want to have a shoot match. Okay.
Do your worst.
You wouldn't be saying that if it wasn't on expert. So grab the coins, more areas to sleep if you're in survival mode. And we can sneak through up here. So let's get flames in one hand, sparks in the other, so we can set them on fire, drain their magic and stamina. Basically everything at once.
There you are.
And the pathway is over here. Hard to see without the torch.
You won't get the best of me.
Okay. I'll just attempt to. Now you hear that audio cue. That audio cue is what lets you know that the main boss of the dungeon has been cleared out. You can theoretically run to the end of the dungeon, take out what they consider to be the final boss, and it will mark the dungeon as cleared, even if you don't take out any of the early enemies. And one way we can confirm it, let's just drop this real quick so we can breathe again, is to go to our map. It'll automatically put you in the dungeon map, but I'm doing this on PS4. You can press square, or the left button of the 4, to switch back to world map. And when you look at our location, you'll see there's a little dot now that has it marked as cleared. So that's how you know you've completed the dungeon. So at this point, it's all about grabbing all the goodies it has left. So food, which can be made and sold. Wine is usually decent, though can be costly on weight. Anything that's already cooked will sell for more. Potatoes are one of the easiest things to make meals with, as you just need potatoes and salt for soup. Nothing over here. Continue up. There's some sound traps, but we already took everything out, so they're useless. This takes us out, which we don't want yet, because it looks like there's another path in the corner, where we just were, right here. And this time we will grab the torch, just for our own sanity at this point. Favored it so we at least have one, until we get the candlelight spell. There we go. And that just takes us to another deposit. Going on what we said earlier, just to show you, we can equip our pickaxe, favored there, and just smack away, and we'll still get the ore. You can see in the top left. Sometimes when mining you'll get gems as well, like the amethyst we just got. And it's depleted, it will restore over time. Alright. Is there a fishing rod? If so, I'll at least show the mechanic. I don't see one, so we will proceed. But you're only able to fish currently at what they consider these little fishing areas, where you'll see a bucket mentioning supplies. Since we don't have it, we'll proceed on and head out of the mine. Over the river, through the woods, across the bridge, around the corner. We'll wind our way out of here. For an early mine, this is definitely one of the more beautiful ones. Usually mines are not built up anywhere near the level the dungeons are. And with that said, we have our first way cleared, so we will cut here and proceed to Riverwood in the next episode. Thank you again for joining,